And we're going to be going over the top 4 most responsible for bites when it comes to snakes here in India. Look how beautiful this Russell's viper is. Over 50,000 bites every year. It's basically a death sentence in a rural area like this. This snake right here is responsible for the most bites and deaths out of any snake on the planet. Woo! And this is my favorite, personal favorite, number 3, the spectacled cobra. This is one of the largest Indian cobras I've ever seen. So look at it. Ay, coño! What is going on, my beautiful people? I'm here in India, out in a real rural area, and we're going to be going over the top 4 most responsible for bites when it comes to snakes here in India. In India, there are over 50,000 bites, 50,000 deaths. People get bit all the time. It is considered a tropical disease, and people aren't able to get anti-venom in these rural areas, and they die all the time. We're going to go over those top 4 snakes right now, starting with the krait. Look at this. This is one of the most toxic snakes in the world. In India, this snake is drop for drop the most toxic. It is a front fixed fanged elapid. Deep in shed, you can see its eyes are very, very milky right now. It's going through the shedding process, so there's a liquid layer in between the old and new skin to help separate that old skin as it grows. But this snake is a young individual. It's literally a little baby that can get around 5 feet long, and they're typically only active at night. This snake likes to eat other snakes like cobras, keelback snakes, and frogs. But this snake is not to be taken lightly. It can literally shut down your body with its powerful neurotoxic venom. And how people get bit is at night, this snake is very active. And what it does is it crawls around looking for food, and sometimes they end up in houses. And sometimes people are sleeping on the floor. And if they roll on this snake in the middle of the night, they get bit and they don't even feel it. And they go into paralysis. That neurotoxic venom shuts down their body, leaving them unable to breathe. And in these rural areas where they don't understand snake bite, they don't know what's going on with their family members. And they're in a comatose state, barely alive, heart's barely beating, and they can't even breathe. This snake is so respectable throughout Asia. There's many variations of the krait. This is the Indian krait. It's a beautiful snake, but to be respected. And this is number 1 on the top 4 most deadly snakes in India. Woo! We got number 2 right here. This is the Russell's viper. The Russell's viper is number 2 for deadliest snakes in India and most responsible for bites. This is a hinge fang pit viper that has huge fangs that can deliver a nasty venom that will literally turn your blood into a jelly, creating clots. This snake crawls around at night like most snakes looking for food. Now, the thing you got to understand about these snake bites, why there's over 50,000 bites every year, these animals are looking for rats to eat. They pick up the scent of the rats and they follow where the food goes. And these snakes end up in houses where people end up getting too close. And what happens commonly is people don't understand the different types of snakes, and they'll see this Russell's viper and they'll think that this snake is a python, and they'll try to handle it. I've seen videos of people trying to free handle these snakes as if they're non-venomous pythons, and they get bit. And it's the saddest thing ever. The biggest thing about these animals is they need to be left alone. Leave the handling to the experts. Do not take it into your own hands. Me personally, I've been working with these snakes since I was a little boy. I understand their body language, and I can get away with handling them. This snake can get roughly about 5-6 feet long, and I've seen them literally flip over their own body and bite people in the fingers. And those people who get bit, if they don't die, they have long life-term injuries. Rotten appendages, they could have clots in their body and have to take medications to break down those clots so their heart doesn't get clogged up and they don't have a heart problem and die, like a heart attack. Look how beautiful this Russell's viper is. An amazing snake with the most unique pattern going down its back. We're on the edge of a rice field right now, and this is where they're commonly found because rice attracts rats, and the snakes are always going to follow. This beautiful viper belongs in this natural habitat and should be respected. If you see a snake like this, you call a snake rescuer to safely relocate them back to the wild. Please don't ever kill these snakes. They belong in the habitat just as much as you and I. These animals deserve a space on this planet just like any one of us. Woo! Russell's viper, number 2. Woo! And this is my favorite, personal favorite, number 3, the spectacled cobra. Called the spectacled cobra because they have these beautiful markings on the back of their hood that looks like a pair of glasses, and that mimics a pair of eyes. So commonly with predators won't attack things that have the eyes looking right at them. They typically go after food that's not paying attention. So if a cobra is attacked by a cat, a jackal, a leopard, or a tiger, this animal is able to hiss, posture, scare the animal. Then when the animal's slithering away, it's hooded up with those eyes looking back, and it makes the cat or jackal or whatever it is not want to attack. Same family as the krait, a lapidae, front fixed fangs. This snake has enough venom to shut down your body and put you into a paralysis. Look at this beautiful hood. This is one of the largest Indian cobras I've ever seen. It's probably about like 5 feet long, and it's a beast of a snake. You can see all it wants to do is get away. That's the big thing about these snakes. They don't want to bite you. They don't want to kill you. They want to mind their own business. They want to thrive and survive, and they want to eat. They want to eat, breed, and be left alone. These snakes want nothing to do with us. Look at it. Ay, coño! Ay, coño! Ay, coño! Ay, coño!
No, Cobra.
They don't travel.
Oh,
They don't
you
travel.
need
Shut down my body. I won't be able to breathe.
Yes, I told you.
I just got bit by an Indian cobra, and this is a bad lesson to learn right now. The keys to keep calm right now. I'm keeping the venom from traveling right now. It's neurotoxic venom. If it gets to the rest of my body, it's going to shut my body down. I won't be able to breathe on my own. I got to keep this venom from traveling. They're going to get me anti-venom right now. I think the guy next to me was bit by a Russell's viper. His legs like rotten. Very bad. Holding it so the venom doesn't travel.
Yes. Don't worry. Please calm down.
I am. I'm calm.
You are getting the anti-venom? Okay.
I can't let go of my finger.
Is it paining you?
Yes, bad. Cytotoxin.
Yes.
Cytotoxin eating my finger.
Sister, AC ला लो चार.
Yes, yeah.
AC.
Yes.
You got it? Waiting for the anti-venom right now. I'm in a hospital
Sister,
in India.
10 AC load ಮಾಡಮ್ಮ. 10 ಹಾಕಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ NS ಪ್ಲೇಸ್
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಇಡಿಸಲ್ಲ
Comes with the territory, work with these animals.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತೆಗಿತ್ಯಾ NS ಡಿಸ್ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ?
Just gotta keep calm and keep this venom from traveling. My finger's turning purple. Cytotoxins being isolated in my finger or eating my finger away, but it's better than the
Yes.
It's better than the neurotoxins traveling through my body and shutting my body down.
Sister,
I need to keep
ಲೋಡ್
breathing
ಮಾಡ್ತಾ
as
ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
long as
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೋಡ್
possible.
ಮಾಡಿ ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಇದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಒಂದು 10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಹೊರಗೆ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು.
Big mistake. Is this fluid or anti-venom?
It's anti-venom.
Anti-venom.
Mixed with the anti-venom.
Fluid with the mix SAV, snake anti-venom.
Mix చేసారా? Mix చేసారా? Is this the first time you made a bite?
Yes. We're probably 15-30 minutes into the bite. Finger is feeling like crap because the cytotoxins are isolated in my finger, but I can't let go because once the neurotoxins start to travel, it will shut down my body.
Don't worry.
Where are we going?
Chandler, don't worry. All cytotoxin will be taken care of. Don't worry about the toxins.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. I got anti-venom hooked up right now.
Yeah. ಏನಿದೆ? ಹೈಡ್ರೋಕಾರ್ಟಿಸೋನ್. Okay?
The life-saving serum. Let's pray that I get through this.
There's no time delay, okay? Still till the cytotoxins are not inside your body, okay?
They're here in my finger.
Yes.
If I let go, it will travel. I feel it.
Yes.
I've been pinching since I got bit. I have not let go of my finger. It's been over 30 minutes since the bite. I've got anti-venom in my body. I'm still holding onto my finger until my body's pretty full of anti-venom. I don't want to let go just yet. It's too much of a risk right now. I'm surrounded by a doctor that... Sir, what's your name?
I'm Dr. Srinivas Soma.
How do you say it?
Srinivas?
Sinus?
Yes.
Thank you.
SRINIVAS.
He's dealt with lots of snake bites, and hopefully this is going to be taken care of. This is a very, very serious snake. When I tell people that these snakes are deadly dangerous, it's not a joke. I could possibly die, but I'm doing all the precautions to make sure the venom doesn't travel fast. And I got the anti-venom in me. And I'm just gonna relax, stay calm, keep my heart rate from elevating. And that's all I can do. When I got bit by the crocodile, I stayed calm. With the snake bite, you have to stay calm. And the big thing to learn from this, if you guys have ever been bitten by a snake, neurotoxic snakes, cobras, coral snakes, kraits, you tourniquet. You cannot tourniquet vipers. If you tourniquet for a viper, you isolate all that venom and your body gets necrotic. So you could have to amputate that whole body part because you're isolating that necrotic venom. Neurotoxic venoms, you don't want to travel. You don't want to shut down your brain. You don't want to shut down your lungs. The biggest thing from this, guys, learn from my mistakes. I'm a good snake handler, but everyone makes mistakes. Learn from me. Never free handle. Use your tools.
I want to follow your channel.
Yeah, it's Chandler's Wildlife.
Chandler's
Yeah, Chandler's Possessiveness.
Wildlife.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can subscribe. Hopefully there's a new video next week.
Subscribe. Okay, subscribe.
Yep, thank you. Just took a huge leap, let go of my finger, and I have 10 vials of antivenin in me right now. So we're gonna see what happens now that I let go of my finger. I don't feel anything in my finger. I do feel throbbing pain coming off though from the cytotoxins being isolated. I might be in the nub club now if I survive this. Yay, Tyler, we're in the nut club, yay. We're like an hour and a half, 2 hours into it. Things are looking good. If it was really, really bad, I would have been shut down. I wouldn't be able to breathe or anything on my own. I would be in a coma right now. But because I held my finger and we did a tourniquet, it kept the neurotoxins from traveling. I'm surrounded by experts. I got a doctor who deals with snake bite all the time. I got 10 vials of antivenin in my body right now. And I know you guys are probably watching this, and some of you guys are probably thinking, damn, Chandler, what's wrong with you? When are you going to learn? You know, this is a learning lesson right here, but it's not going to stop me from what I do. I was put on this planet to work with wildlife, to educate, and to make people happy. And also to bring people together to learn to love these animals. I will never stop doing this. No matter what croc bite, snake bite, pooped on by an elephant, I don't care. I'm going to do this until I'm dead for the rest of my life. 10 hours later, 20 vials of antivenin later, polyvalent, all that's in my body, and now my family's coming to visit me. This man saved my life. He drove through all those cows and dogs and tuk-tuks and got me here fast. Just a bit of necrosis. I'm gonna stay here for another day. Look at all that polyvalent antivenin. Huh? Want me to walk?
No.
Huh. Cobra's bite. Well, just got out of surgery. They let all that fluid out of my hand. Still on a little bit of loopy gas, so I'm having a good time. How are you? Are you having a good time? Thanks for all the help. You want a hug me? Give me that. Give me that. I don't know how to drive sticks, so you guys got it. Finally leaving the hospital after a day and a half, 20 vials of antivenin, feeling like magma's in my finger. I'm gonna go home and eat some food, take a nice shower, and then tomorrow, finish the top 4 deadliest snakes, and then going back to America. And here we are, 2 days out of the hospital, 20 vials of antivenin to survive this bite. This is why this snake is in the top 4 most deadly in India. And out of all the world, one of the most responsible for bites. I'm not angry at this snake. It's not the snake's fault. I messed up, and it's a lesson for me to learn from. I'm lucky enough to be alive. And let this be a lesson to anyone watching this, young enthusiasts that watch me free handle snakes. Yes, I take risk into my own hand. I understand the danger. I have a medical background that saved my life doing that tourniquet style, keeping the venom from traveling. What you see me do, took many, many years to accomplish, and even after 10 plus years of handling venomous snakes, no bites until 2 days ago. I almost lost my life. Please learn from my mistakes. Do not mimic me. This snake, I have nothing but love for it. No malice, no hate. This is a beautiful animal and deserves respect and deserves a place on the planet just like you and I. And now, this snake deserves to go back to the wild, and that's what's going to happen. Goodbye, buddy. It's okay. Goodbye. And believe it or not, that's not the most responsible for bites. We have one more snake. Let's go. Woo! And last but not least, this snake right here. Doesn't seem like much, but this young snake is a saw-scale viper. Called a saw-scale viper because when it feels threatened, rubs its scales against each other, making a saw-like sound like shh. This snake right here is responsible for the most bites and deaths out of any snake on the planet. They can get about 2 feet long, and they're commonly found in agricultural areas where people are using their hands, moving things around, and sadly what happens is they get nipped on the finger, and that little drop of venom is enough to put them down in the ground. Anti-venom is not accessible to all parts of India, and that's why this snake is responsible for the most deaths. And that is the top 4 deadliest in India. And I'm lucky enough to walk away from this experience and to share it with you guys. I think it's time that I go home and I go cuddle my camels.
This trip started with a warm invitation from a family I didn't even know. Hassar Hussein and his son and his apprentice and all these amazing snake catchers that welcomed me into their community like I was one of their own. I've never felt so loved in my life. And all I wanted to do is donate my time to help relocate some snakes and go see the most amazing reptiles on the planet, wild cobras in their natural habitat, while sharing my passion for them as well. And seeing all these animals in a bit of an unnatural habitat and being able to put them back where they belong almost brought tears to my face. To be able to get close to all the wildlife of India, to be able to actually help out and get in with the communities and help relocate these beautiful animals has been a dream come true. I still cannot believe I jumped into a swimming pool to catch a wild Russell's viper, or to even catch a cobra in between houses, or even the fact I brushed shoulders with death and I almost died from an Indian cobra bite. The biggest Indian cobra I've ever worked with, and it snagged me on the edge of a rice field out in the wild. I'm lucky enough to be alive. I'm lucky enough to be able to walk away with this experience with my life as well. I can't believe that out of all the places I've worked in, I got bit in the wilds of India. And this is one thing to learn. It's a lesson for me. It's also for me to face what I love with the greatest passion, even though it always took me off this planet. And I will continue to love these animals. And as I walk away from this journey with new friends, memories, and scars, I think about this quote that I heard not too long ago. And that's, we have 2 lives, and we don't start living our second life until we realize we only have one.